Good morning, West USA. This is Keith Flynn, your Director of Digital Marketing here, and welcome to another awesome social media. Well, sorry, I get ahead of myself. It could be an awesome social media webinar. I hope it is, but as you can tell, we're doing Facebook basics for real estate professionals today. Like every week, we always lead off with something fun to talk about. And so I know social media's, specifically Facebook's got a lot of stuff coming down the pipe in the way of, being in current news and everything. And so we're going to focus on the positive today and not so much the negative, and why you as a real estate agent certainly need to, if you haven't already been dedicating more time, if not creating your business page, talking a little bit about the difference between personal and business. We'll walk through some statistics, also talk a little bit about where you can find graphics, creating content, best share practices, just things about Facebook in general that are going to help you grow your real estate business and ultimately reach a larger audience when it comes to growing and becoming a real estate agent of choice within your local area. We No. All right, cool. So yeah, cool, awesome. Yeah, awesome. So we're just chatting real quick here. Like always, though, we do want to throw a shout out to our sponsors, our vendors, preferred vendors here at West USA Realty. We certainly appreciate their support. Like always, they're always there for us, and they're able to provide you guys some awesome resources and support when it comes to being an agent. Certainly want to be certainly thankful for HCP Property Inspection. Anthony Cucci over at HCP. They are one of the leaders here in the state when it comes to home inspections. If you are looking for an inspector, looking for someone to help out with the transaction, certainly think of those guys. You can visit them at hcphomeinspection.com and reach out to Anthony. He's a wonderful resource when it comes to anything and everything about your home. I know I had a huge foundation crack, and I was like, Anthony, hit me up. I got something to look at here. He provided me with a name and a number, and so got that handled. And of course, over at VIP Mortgage, Bree is a awesome resource when it comes to mortgages. She's a wealth of information, and I know they do a lot of fun stuff over there too. And she's often on with us in the mornings to help out or just say hello to our agents. Of course, yeah, feel free to check them out over too at VIP and mtginc.com. All right, so we're getting rocking and rolling today with Facebook. Whether you are someone who, whether you're someone who's, you've got a Facebook page or you haven't created one yet, or you're not quite sure what you need to do, what in the way of creating it, whatever that looks like to you. When it comes to creating your business page, there's some things to take into consideration. And first and foremost, I know a lot of agents ask me, do I really need to be on Facebook? Why? Like, how do I build my audience? I hear Facebook is dwindling in numbers, and believe it, regardless of what everyone tells you, Facebook is still a huge number one platform to be on when it comes to social media and really growing your audience at scale. And so, considering that there are more than 2 billion monthly active users on Facebook, if you don't have a presence on Facebook, maybe you've been nervous about trying it out, or you don't have the time, you feel like you don't understand it, or you're just happy, you're just someone who's just happy to not be on Facebook and you've avoided being on social media. That's okay. I mean, like, that happens. And if you're like my mom, she refuses to get on there. But the big difference between sharing pictures of dogs and cats and then having a personal profile, and then obviously being a go-to real estate agent and having a business page, there's going to be a benefit for you. So whether you have a personal page but you really don't connect with friends and family, but you need to have the personal page in order to have a business page, in order to run one. So it is a necessary evil. What you do with it on the personal side is completely up to you. But having one is important. So if you haven't already done so, make sure you jump onto facebook.com, create yourself a personal account. Most people do. So we're certainly not going to worry about creating one of those right now. We're going to work on building a business page and then some useful tips for you. And like always, let's see here. Looks like someone shared that their audio went out. Let me check in here and make sure real quick that we are not having any technical difficulties. All right, there we go. All right, cool. So, like always, so since someone jumped in the panel there, they already saw that. On the right-hand side, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to jump over there. I'm in a live environment, so hit me up in the chat. Ask me any questions that you may need. We can answer them as we move along. And always, if you have any questions or thoughts, comments afterwards, you can email me. I'm Keith, Keith, at westusa.com. Happy to help out. I often have folks hit me up after the webinar, whether you're looking to get some logos or some resources, content creation, and I'm also available to work with you guys. Block out 30 minutes, jump on a call, and see what we can do to help you get past whatever it is that is holding you back. All right, audio went out. Okay, let's see. I'm not sure. If you do me a favor, if you can hear me, will you jump in there and say yes on the chat? If you can't, then I'll assume you're one of the ones who's not responding. We've got one person who's having an issue, and I don't want to assume that just says yes, I can hear you, we can hear you. All right, Rick Irwin, sorry, buddy. Not sure what happened. Try refreshing. If you can hear me or I'm cutting it out, refresh your browser, refresh your webinar, and see if that works for you. Thank you guys for chiming in that you guys can hear me. I appreciate you taking a second there and helping us out. Benefits of using a Facebook business page. Showing up in search results. A business page is going to allow you to post and show in search results on the site, like going on Google or Bing. A personal page is private. It's locked down. So a search engine can't crawl and index the content on there. But with a business page, since they are public, your information that's on there, the content you put out, keywords that you post will show up. And so that's always a benefit for you guys, because if someone is doing a little homework about real estate agents or they're looking for you specifically, they're more apt to find your business page because it is a site that will index on Google and Bing. You're going to appear to a wider audience of people. So those not like is it those are not logged in can see you and ultimately log into their Facebook page and find out more about you as an agent when they're doing their homework. Getting insights. You as a business owner have a business page. There is an insights tab that will allow you to see how your page is performing. You can see how the content's doing, what's working, what's not, and then it'll help you sculpt future content when it comes to creating and posting high value content on your page. Advertising is also an option too. Facebook does have the ability for you to advertise. Very cost effective way to advertise, get some additional traction to your business page, to your listing. They have clamped down on some of the filtering, some of the ability for you to target specific folks within a neighborhood or an area. And unfortunately, that's because of a lot of complaints that HUD and some of the other associations have received for discrimination. And so, again, Facebook's been in the news a lot lately with everything from, privacy to political stuff. So unfortunately, there was a sweeping change that affected a lot of us in the real estate industry, as well as loan, title, employment. And so it's not terrible, but it's still very much a cost-effective and useful tool should you decide to spend a little money on your ads. Reviews. A lot of Facebook users are jumping onto the business page, doing reviews, not only for real estate agents, for a ton of businesses. And so in the end of the day, it's just a way for consumers to connect and to find out more about your business in general. So Facebook consumption and engagement. Falling back on some previous comments where I've had folks say, well, I hear Facebook is dying, Facebook's really not going anywhere. It is experiencing a large amount of 20-year-old and under leaving the platform. And number one response for why that is because they all say my parents are on there or my family's on there. And so naturally, some of the younger kids are going to be jumping over to things like Instagram, Snapchat, so on. So, but at the end of the day, Facebook is still a very much useful platform for all of us looking for a higher income, higher educated user. As you can see there through the statistics, 76% of those who are logging on to Facebook are doing so on a daily basis, 15% weekly, 7% a little less often. So Right behind there in second place is Instagram, and then Twitter, Pinterest, and LinkedIn. So I always tell agents focus on the first two, Facebook and Instagram. Facebook owns Instagram. So, and them being both a very visual platform, both that with real estate being very visual, they are a natural fit, and people are spending quite a bit of time on there, not to mention when it comes to using the software or the platform. So the goal for you as a real estate agent is to build an online presence and create a relationship with your audience. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. Naturally, those who visit your business page are going to connect with you, read your content, your information. But then there's some other tactics that are very popular and do well for real estate agents, specifically those who are using Facebook closed groups. Connecting with other local businesses, communities, potential clients. Not only you as a business owner will have the luxury of connecting with an audience or your potential customers, but at the same time, too, you can connect with other local businesses. Chances are your loan officers, title reps, anybody who is in business, it's very smart for them to have a business page as well. Nonprofits, schools, charities, restaurants, nightlife, they all have business pages as well. So there's an opportunity for your business to connect with theirs too. Enhancing your online marketing and listing tools. This is a great chance for you to cast out your listings. You're going to have your clients ask you, where are you marketing my home? Where are you listing my home? And so that will be a great tool for you. And you can also share that with your customer as well. And then at the end of the day, developing an online presence and a personality. You are your business. If you haven't before, I do have a webinar on personal branding. We just did that last week. You can jump onto our YouTube channel for all my past webinars, and not only mine, but also all of ours here at West USA. And I have one on personal branding as well for real estate agents, because you are your business. Your face is your business. And so your personality is going to be a huge reflection of your brand. So this is a great way for you to get your personality out there. And it doesn't always have to be about listings, just sold, just closed. People want to see behind the scenes. They want to see what it's like to be a real estate agent. They want to see what it's like to, work with various elements within the real estate industry, and then ultimately, showcase homes and have fun stuff about before and after photos and so on. So, some stats for you guys. I know I've touched on a few of these already in the previous slide, but there are over 2.5 billion billion registered users on Instagram, number one platform for social media. 1.62 billion users visit Facebook on a daily basis. So that's your 75% logging in on a daily. Over 70% of Facebook users log in 6 to 10 times a day. So that's small consumptions, micro content. 5 minutes here while waiting in line at the grocery store. 5 minutes over here, at in the front lobby at the dentist's office. 5 minutes in the car, hopefully not behind the steering wheel, but on the drive during commutes. Anytime where we're sitting idle, people are logging on and consuming what last estimates were about up to 40 minutes total a day of use of Facebook. So certainly advantageous for any business owner to be on there, and more now than ever, since we're not able to do a lot of face-to-face. You're able to grow your audience at scale when using Facebook. 88% of Facebook users are on the platform. They stay in contact with their family and friends. And so, in addition to connecting with family and friends, we're learning about who's doing what's hot, what's not. And so, as most of you know, this is definitely a driven word of mouth industry. So you keeping in connect with your friends and family, past clients, and is an awesome chance for you to make sure that you're staying top of mind the next time they have a need for your services. 80% of users connect with other businesses and brands, I mentioned before, on Facebook, connecting with other local areas, and then being in tune with what's happening. Hours of operation, restaurants are only doing curbside pickup. You have a chance to connect with businesses and be a connector within the community. Highest traffic occurs midday, Wednesday and Thursday. So if you're looking for good times of the day, good times of the week to push out content, last stats of in the last year were Wednesday and Thursday midday. And then 74% of Facebook users are higher income earners. So, and that goes also to with Instagram. Instagram statistically has shown higher education, higher income learner. And so that's definitely a good qualified buyer right there that we're wanting to target. and especially on Instagram, if you're looking to target millennials, almost 60% of users on Instagram are millennials. And as I hope you know, they are the largest first time home buyer. So make sure to keep an eye on it as well. All right, let's jump out of those statistics, this boring slideshow that I put together for you. We're going to hop over here into a live environment on, let me size that up. There we go. And we're going to give a little zoom so that we look nice and big on your screen. When it comes to Facebook, there's a couple different ways to approach logging in. Obviously, you're logged into your personal account. Whenever you log into your personal account, the first thing you're going to see is your news feed here in the center. Facebook has strategically placed their stories right here in the center of your feed. So they want their stories prominent. If you're not using stories, definitely give that a deep consideration. When it comes to creating stories, there's a lot of fun stuff in there, but stories are meant to be that documenting your day, whether it's behind the scenes. If you're at a restaurant, take a photo of your food, but throw a shout out, tag that restaurant, maybe tell us something about what's happening with the restaurant that no one knows. Again, creating a lot of buzz, a lot of real estate agent knowledge about the community. But when you do log into your main page here, there's a couple places where you can go to create your business page. Most popular is the create tab in the upper right hand corner here. So if you already have a business page, don't worry, you don't need to create another one. I certainly don't want you to have multiple pages. If you do have a business page, sit tight. I'm just going to walk through the quick setup of a business page for those who are on the call that may not have a page and they're looking to create one. But when you do want to create a business page, you're going to click on the create tab here in the upper right hand corner, and we're going to go to create a page. Now, it's real simple. It used to be a ton of different choices, but they've narrowed them down into 2 categories, which is really nice. You have the choice to either select a business or brand on the left, or on the right, community or public figure. Now, you're going to want to choose the one on left, business or brand, since that does highlight products and services. You are a service-based provider, so we're going to go ahead and click on Get Started. So once you get started, click on there. You're going to ask for your business name. Best tip I can give you guys is your first and last name, and then a dash hyphen West USA Realty, or your brokerage name for those who are not with West USA that may be on the call. Welcome. Thank you for joining us. You're going to use your first and last name and then dash West USA Realty. You want to use your name as your business and then identify your brokerage. And that comes from AAR, NAR, from Judy Lowe, our Arizona Board of Commissioner with the Arizona State Real Estate Board. Sorry, a little tongue-tied today. She's weighed in on this. So has some counsel. You definitely want to identify your brokerage on your business page, because if a consumer visits your page, they need to identify right away who you are and then where you're at. And of course, if you ever need to change the brokerage name, you can do so. And once we get further into creating the account, I will show you folks who already have a page where you need to go in order to make edits. Next, for category, we're going to start to type the word real. As you do, Facebook's going to offer you some options for selecting a category. And the first one there will be real estate agent. As you can see, there's a lot of other real estate options. If it's applicable, by all means, choose that, but you can add up to 3. We're going to go ahead and create and select real estate agent. Now, when it comes to your address, you have a couple options. You can either put down the address of your branch location and add that in as your address for a physical address, or you can put your home address if you like, or if you have a satellite office or you're renting out a space or whatever, feel free to use that address as well. If you do put your home address, there is an option right here to don't show my address. So that means it's not going to be public, no one will see it, but you at least have your personal address on file. So go ahead and crank in your address here. I'm going to just go ahead and use, what am I going to use? I'm going to use our current corporate office address here and select that one because I've done this many times. And verify all the information we need to put in the city. So obviously, whatever city you reside in, make sure you enter that in as well, and then select from the drop-down box. I'm going to go ahead and continue at this point. And see that little default there. Thank you for checking me, Facebook. That's not supposed to be just West USA Realty. You don't want to just put the brokerage, because if a consumer comes along and thinks you're the brokerage and they leave a review that does not belong to you, then obviously, especially if it's negative, which we hope it isn't, but if it is, you do not want that on your business page. So, all right. So I already have a mock one created from last week or last month's class. So I'm just going to put the number 2 just to trick out, and we'll do a little workaround here for the system. Now, once this portion takes, there's going to be a couple questions that Facebook asks you. They want you to upload a profile photo and then a cover photo. I'm going to skip these next few sections so you can see the overall template before we fill those in. I'm going to hit skip a few times. This next one's going to be asking me if I want to add a calendar. I'm not a dentist's office or a restaurant, so no need for a calendar. All right, here we go. All right, so now you've got a basic template of your business page, a template that shows, just a lot of blank stuff. And we're going to go through and fill this all out. Now, if you haven't done so already, I highly recommend you getting a professional headshot. You want to put your best foot forward when it comes to identifying yourself as an agent. Your profile photo will live here in the upper left-hand corner. Of course, like always, I always forget to get in here a little early and set myself up for success. So we're going to see what we've got in the way of a photo in or on the computer. And just bear with me one second here. Wherever your headshot lives, wherever your photo lives, we're going to, there we go. I'm just going to put a photo of a home in there for now. If you have a logo, you have a team shot, maybe your husband and wife, partner, team, whatever that photo is going to look like for you, this is where you're going to upload it and add it to your business page. Highly recommend getting a professional headshot. We have a lot of real estate agents actually here at West USA who also dabble in photography, do that on the side. This is a chance for you to upload get a professional headshot done. And I highly recommend too, your photo you have on your business page here should be different than the one you have on your personal page. That'll help you keep your sanity when it comes to knowing what page are you on. I know for a lot of agents, especially those using Facebook relatively for the first time, understanding the nuances and the differentiation between the two pages can be a bit of a challenge at times. Make sure you have this one just screams professional headshot, West USA, business attire, whatever. And then obviously your personal page can be a little more casual, family photos, whatever. From here, you have your cover photo. Now, the cover photo is a pretty cool option for you guys. There's a lot you can do with the cover photo. One of the rules of thumb that I like to do for my cover photos is I just stick with whatever the holiday is that's coming up. If you're not someone who wants to change this out a lot, you can always come in and create a cover photo just reflects whatever the season is, summertime, the beach, whether it's Valentine's Day, Easter, Christmas, you name it, all the major holidays. Swap it out, give it a feel for the time to reflect the time of year. But a really smart play for a lot of folks is using that space to showcase a listing. So if you've got multiple listings you want to do or feature one listing, folks will create a collage, add in some images, do an overlay of their self on there. Maybe there's a call to action that lives at the bottom. Your business page is meant for people to visit, and you want to make it sticky, meaning that if your page or your cover photo changes a lot and you've got a lot of content, people are visiting your page often, not only to consume, read your articles, blogs, any of your thoughts, comments, but also see your cover photo change out. And just like you were to visit Target or Walmart or any other restaurant or nightlife, they have business pages. They're changing out their photos often too because they want people to treat it much like a website. And for those of us who may not be using a website quite a bit, then your Facebook page can double as one. So one of the examples that I give for agents is to come to canva.com. I also have a webinar on this one. If you haven't attended before, canva.com is awesome. It provides a lot of free, royalty-free content, your ability to create images for any number of social media needs. And I often encourage agents like, hey, use Canva. It's free to set up. They do have a pro version. If you pay a year in advance, it's like $10 a month, which is completely worth it because of the amount of tools they have in here to allow you to create your own imagery. But you can create a cover photo. And as I've got given here as an example from my class, let's just pretend that these are two listings that I have, or they're the same listing. And I do a little feature piece just to kind of give people an idea of the caliber of homes if I were a real estate agent that I'm used to working with. And so people can see, all right, professional looking guy with a goofy grin, cool, and here's his tagline, whether it's a call to action, and how can I get a hold of this person? So just giving you a quick example, definitely check out Canva. If you haven't, jump over to YouTube, watch my Canva webinar, and then of course, keep an eye on the calendar for upcoming class because it's always changing and there's other new ideas that we can implement. So we're going to go ahead and download this particular image to our device. And I'm going to jump back over to Facebook, and we're going to add in the cover photo. So, all right, here we go. So I've downloaded that from my Canva. Whether you get an image from there or you steal one from our main business page, feel free to take any of our past cover photos. They are branded. We do have the logo on there, and then you can use those for your cover photo. So simple as that. Went ahead and hit save. So now I've got my cover photo. I've got a profile photo here, and then make sure you have all your registered trademark and information that lives in the bottom here of, let's see, it's covered. See right there where it says the R, the registered R for realtor, the MLS, and then fair housing. That is important to have. Now, here's the cool thing about when you put it on your cover photo for your business page, my understanding is you're good because that will cover any content that you have moving forward on your business page. No need to put it on all your videos or on all your advertisements. If it's going to live on Facebook, this right here will make sure you're in compliance, and any and all content from here moving down will be good to go. So, all right. For the most part, that's pretty good, right? We're up and running. We've got our some branding and customizing in place. So I'm going to take you guys over to the left-hand side of the screen where you can see that there is a large drop-down menu of options, your navigation here on the left-hand side. There's a lot of choices that you have when it comes to visiting someone's business page, services, reviews. Now, there's a few tabs in here that are not relevant to the real estate industry. And so when creating a business page, and you may already have these and they just sit there dormant, the cool thing is you can actually remove those, and you can shorten that list up a little bit and just make sure that the only things viewable are the ones that are relevant to your needs. From your business page, in the upper right-hand corner, there is a settings tab. Go ahead and jump in, click on that settings tab in the upper right-hand corner of your page, and a lot of stuff's about to hit the screen, so don't be overwhelmed. There's a lot of choices when it comes to your settings. You can restrict where and who can see it, age restriction, profanity filter, you name it. A lot of stuff to go through, so feel free to take some time and go through that on your own. Not enough time on the day here. Under the tabs and templates on the left-hand side, we're going to click on tabs and templates, and I'll just show you here one more time. When you click on the tab and templates section right here, that's going to take us to the navigation. Now, as you can see here on the navigation, this is the exact same list that you saw on that previous screen. You can turn off the ones that are not relevant to your needs. So for services, I've seen some folks use the service tab. It's up to you. I've seen some variations of it, but you can toggle that off if you do not want to use it, and then hit save. And then go through the list just like with the first example there. Shop, we're not an online e-commerce store. We're not a retailer, so we're not going to sell anything. I'm going to go ahead and turn that one off and hit save as well. Offers. You're really not offering any deals. You don't have like a 20% off coupon that they're going to clip out of a newspaper and then walk into an open house. So, traditional retail stuff, go ahead and turn that one off as well. So in doing so, you see I'm shortening the list and making it a little more relevant and not cluttered for your audience. Now, what I like to do here too, what's a really cool tool, is Facebook allows you to manipulate the navigation and reorganize these how you'd like. Statistics have shown best thing you can do, put the about section here at the top. You're going to click on the left of your mouse or your trackpad, and you can drag and drop your menu in the order that you see fit. I recommend putting about at the top. Next is photos, videos, and then you got reviews, your posts, however you want to order those. But the studies have shown that your photos and videos, and especially if you're using these categories and you're pushing photos and you're pushing videos, which you definitely should be doing if you're on Facebook, because uh, photos and videos naturally for your industry are going to showcase not only you but also your listings. So organize those as you see. If you're not hiring, you can turn off the jobs tab. Not too many people, independent contractors, are hiring people on. So from there, you're good to go. You've got about, photo, video, reviews, posts, events, and community. No need to hit save anywhere else. You can just jump back to your business page by clicking on the upper left-hand corner here. Just click on the word page. And when you do so, it'll take you back to your business page. And you then should see that your navigation has been edited based on your preferences. So there you go. A little clean, shorter list of your navigation on the left-hand side. So now for those who already have a business page, you need to make some edits. You want to change the phone number out. You want to update your email address, your website. You can always click on the About tab right here on the left-hand side, and that will open up the About section for you. And as you'll see there, the map is at the very top. That will either indicate your current branch location, or if you have a home office or whatever you chose as far as an address, it will list where you're located. From there, going down into the general section, if you already have a page and you need to change the name, you can see that there's a chance or an opportunity for you there to click on the edit button and then make the name change accordingly. Now, be mindful if you make a name change, typically it can take up to 3 days. But if you do make a name change, I think you can only change it once every 7 days. It's to prevent fraud. And again, in the current climate with all the things happening and people creating fake stuff, you can they do have a security feature in place that limits the amount of times you can make a name change. So pretty self-explanatory when it comes to changing that. A few other options that you have that at this point, if you've created a page from scratch, you probably haven't done, as I mentioned earlier, clicking on the enter email tab, little hover over the blue tab there, you can enter in your email address. Highly recommend doing so, because that will then give people an additional way to contact you. And so I'm going to put Keith at westusa.com. Of course, if you have questions after this, make sure you email me. Love to hear from you. And of course, if you have any success stories too, feel free to share it. Love to feature you on the next webinar. Enter your web address. If you do not have a website, recommend getting one, especially if you have a free website through West USA. You can always buy a domain name and then have something a little more cleaner than West USA agent dot so on. So I'm going to just go ahead and use www.westusa.com is our website, and hit save, and that will enter it into your about section as well. Now, if you're on Instagram, Snapchat, Pinterest, WeChat, UChat, we all chat, YouTube, Twitch, you name it, you can add in your other handles here. For those who are super savvy social media users, you can add in all your other digital footprint properties there, and so people can connect with you on those other platforms should they be interested. Pretty long list of places that you can be, but we're not going to put those in right now. We're going to leave those blank, but feel free to jump in those as you need. So got a question from Sissy. It says, someone once told me the name you place on your Facebook business page has to match what is on your real estate license. Is this true? I've heard the same thing. My understanding is yes, you want to stay in compliance. So if your license reflects one thing, but you go by something different, technically, yes, you are supposed to have your business page name reflect the same as it is on your license. So if you got married or you've had a name change, go ahead and check out and see what that looks like for you. I don't know. I haven't heard of anybody getting fined for that. I would hope that they would get a little bit of a warning notice. But yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you're not being fined for sure having a different name, especially when it comes to advertising. And unfortunately, I know there are other agents out there who will come across an account that they may suspect is not in compliance. Best thing you can do is once you're once your business page is all set up and you're ready to rock and roll, you kind of want to start putting it out there, let everyone know that you exist, inviting friends and family to connect. Maybe you're going to start advertising. Run your business page, click on the link at the very top, the URL there, and email. You can, if you're with West USA, you can email advertising at westusa.com, and our brokers all receive and see those emails and make sure you're in compliance. They'll weigh in, let you know if you need to make any changes or if you're good to go. All right, let's see. From here, what are we doing? What are we doing now? And of course, if you have any questions or comments about concerns having your advertising approved, you can always send anything to advertising at West USA, and they'll take a look at it, whether it's print, digital, offline, car wraps, yard signs, business cards, you name it. It's always good to make sure you're doing well, because especially when it comes to a cost associated, if you're going to spend money on those yard signs, or you're going to take out a print ad, or you're going to do some direct mailers, you certainly don't want to, pony up for that and find out that you're not in compliance, and then, be fearful of a fine. So in your about section, there's one last section that would be a lot of fun for you to use, is the Our Story box right here. If you click on the Our Story box, it opens up what looks to be similar to a kind of like a blog tab. And I'm going to open up our business page here and show you guys real quick our story section. When you're filling that out, this is a great place for you to upload a high-res image. And here's an example. So if you ever visit our business page, the brokerage, and if you haven't done so, feel free to do a search for West USA Realty. We have our own brokerage page. And in fact, I completely forgot to even mention this at the beginning of my class, which I normally do. Our business page is a great resource for you as a real estate agent. We have a lot of content on our business page that is consumer facing, or I'm sorry, is agent facing, meaning classes, news, events, recognition, happy hour, well, virtual happy hours, branch meetings, anything and everything that has anything to do with our brokerage, we post on our business page. Hey, look at that. I'm having a class today at 10 a.m. We post all of our content on there and keep you guys abreast of what's happening here at the brokerage. You can, by all means, if there's anything ever on there that's consumer facing, you feel free to take that and repurpose it. We've got a ton of video on there on get to know our staff, find out who's who. And of course, on the right-hand side right here is the West USA About section. This section right here is where I'm telling you to go to edit this here. So when you click on the tab from your business page, we use a stock image. You can obviously use a photo of you working with clients. Maybe you're doing an open house, and then give a little snippet about who you are, a bio, how long you've been an agent, why you've become an agent. If you've listened to my personal branding class, sharing your motivation, the differentiating factor, your wow, why someone would want to use you over somebody else. And maybe you have an area of focus. You're doing commercial, new construction, probate, flipping homes, investment, whatever your motivation for being an agent is. Feel free to share that in here so that folks can, take a little time to get to know you. That way, when they have a need or they're deciding to use you, they've already feel like they get to know you, and then you can use this area to create your about section. So uploading an image, pretty simple and self-explanatory there. You just click on the tab, choose a photo that either lives already on your business page or upload a new one. You want to title this. So if it's about me or about us or the brokerage, whatever that looks like to you, and then dropping in here and saying a little something about yourself. So whatever you want to put in there, take the time, think about it. I know a lot of folks aren't comfortable talking about themselves, so you can always find somebody on like a freelance website like Fiverr.com, and that's Fiverr.com. Fiverr.com is a freelance website. You can have people write your bio, resume review, any copyright, editing, anything at all, graphic design, you name it. Great freelance social site, freelance marketplace to go to find content. So once you've got your About Me section done, feel free to hit publish, and then that will load up into your business page. All right. Okay, let's see. There we go. And populate. There we go. All right, so I'm going to jump back over to the main part of my page. Where we go? We lost ourselves here. All right, let me hit the drop down here. All right, let's get back to, there we go. Okay, so I'm back on my main page. Got my about section filled out, got my cover photo, profile photo. We're good to go here. Navigating your uh, business page there's a lot, but it's pretty static, so it doesn't change that often. Starting at the top here, you've got your page tab, so that takes you back to your main page. You've got your inbox. Your inbox is obviously going to reflect anybody that you has messaged you, may have messaged you as your business, looking to connect, have a conversation, whatever the case may be. Your inbox will reflect anybody that has messaged your business directly. Next is notifications. So if someone likes, comments, engages with your content, there's a little notification tab that will give you an idea of what that notification is for. As I said, likes, cares, comments, shares, your activity. You can see any number of options there on the left-hand side. Next, you have your insights. Now, under your insights tab, there's not going to be really anything here to show you because the page is so new. But if you over the next 30 days, a year, depending on how long you've had your page, your insights will give you an idea of people who've recently liked your page, people who've recently engaged with your page, and I'll show you here under insights. Now back on our main brokerage page, there are a number of insights because we've obviously had the page for a number of years. And so you can see how many people took an action on your page in the last 7 days. You can change out yesterday, 7 days, 28 days. You can see page views, how many people are visiting your page and looking at your content, how much of your content is showing up in their news feed, how many likes your page has received, how many people your post has reached, and so on. So you've got a lot of information, or a lot of insights, as I mentioned on my previous slides. You can take a look at this content and see what works for you, how long people are watching your videos, and so on, and then use that ultimately to sculpt future content. Lots of stuff on the left-hand side here when it comes to learning more about your followers. Are they majority male or female? What is their age demographic? As your insights start to take hold, there's a wealth of information in there that can give you an idea of who your audience is. As of today, we have 3,486 followers, and I can see how that number has either increased or decreased over the 6 or 7 month period. And then let me see here. Let's pop up to reach. We can take a look at reach and see organic or paid. Organic is going to be anybody who sees your content naturally without spending any money. Organic is natural casting out, Facebook sharing your content. Paid will be obviously if you advertise or boost, if you run an ad, you can get an idea of, are more people following me or finding me organically or through paid advertising. Now, naturally, there's going to be more of a result when it comes to paid, but if you're doing pretty well organically, then there may not be a need for you to spend any money. So a lot of statistics in there. I won't bore you the whole time, but feel free to go through that time and take a look at it. And then, all right, one last tab over here, your publishing tools. Now, if you're looking to just look through your content, your publishing tools allow you, as you notice when I went to publishing tools, it stripped away all the advertising, pop-ups. There's just not a lot of distracting content on there. Your publishing tools allows you to come in and create and post content. Now, the best shared practice I have for you guys is to get yourself an editorial calendar. If you haven't already done so, an editorial calendar is going to allow you to take a look at your week, your 2 weeks, month in advance, and set yourself up with topics. Monday could be motivational. Wednesday could be something about you, your personality, or if you have an open house that weekend coming up, you can do a teaser on Wednesdays. Maybe the first Thursday of every month, you do a featured video where you simply just set up a cell phone tripod and you interview a local business owner. Maybe you do a Zoom call with a local business owner in light of everything that's been happening. And reach out to a business owner, a mom and pop shop. I'm big on local first. So anybody who needs a little love locally, beyond the chain brands, beyond the chain restaurants, throw a shout out to them. See if they're interested in taking some time to jump on a Zoom call. The nice thing about a Zoom call is you can record it and then showcase that at a later date. We're all used to seeing people on Zoom now. I mean, even marketers, television commercials are using customer content to generate their commercials. And so, you interview a business owner, interview the principal. Now that school's starting to start. So now that school is starting up for a lot of us, interview the local elementary principal, find out like how they're approaching the school year, what the first week looks like, and then take that recording and that video and drop it into the closed group for that neighborhood, and introduce yourself. My name's Keith Flynn. You may or may not know me. I'm a local real estate agent here in 85085. We recently had an opportunity to meet with, or Zoom call with the local principal at XYZ Elementary School. And we had some great questions for them about what's happening and what parents can expect for the school year, at least for the first quarter. Now you're creating valuable content that people want to watch, especially if they have children in that school or considering moving to the neighborhood. And you're showcasing your knowledge and your connections with your audience. And so it doesn't always have to be about just listed, just sold. But when it comes to content creation, you should be thinking about 80-20 rule, 80% high value, either valuable content or educational content, and 20% can be about your business or, cat videos, whatever. But at the end of the day, using the posting tools is an awesome platform, because it doesn't really have a distraction for you while you're there, and the sole purpose you're here for is to create content. Once your content is created, I'm going to go ahead and just say something here in the text field so that this button now becomes populated. The little drop down arrow will pop open and you can hit schedule post. This is a tool that I love, a great feature that you can use to schedule out your posts Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Set yourself for the week. Maybe do it on Sunday night, and then you do the week or two in advance. Then when you schedule your posts will drop on the date and time that you want them to, which is really nice. And then so you give the appearance that you're so active on social media. At the same time, you're off still doing the other things you need to do in order to be a real estate agent. And so you just chime back in, and should someone comment or share or post, then you will respond to those in a timely manner. But you using this scheduling feature is a great tool for you, and allows you to set yourself up and then post out at least 2 weeks in advance. And then you can pepper in anything that may be more relevant to what's happening in your community. Then once you're done with your post, you can always come back to your publishing tools here, and you can see the performance of your content. Who did it reach? What was the engagement, reaction, likes, love, angry face, wow, whatever that looks like, comments, and then shares. So you can get an idea of what exactly your content is doing and how it's performing. Jumping back to our business page, because that's where we have content, you can see here, I can see all of our content at a glance for the business page. Yesterday's post that I put up for today's webinar reached 156 people from our business page. 7 people engaged with it. There was 1 reaction, 0 comments, 0 shares. Now, let me go to here to, we'd like to congratulate. I'm going to click on this particular one from a few days ago and actually dive in more. And not only did I see the content, I can see the actual number of people who reached, how many people reached, and then those who engaged. 21 were reactions. We had 4 people comment. We had 27 clicked on the ad to look at it larger. You'll see there 11 photo clicks, 2 link clicks. So, it's really neat to, and there was 1 negative feedback. Okay. I'm not sure what what that was. Facebook is a little vague. Insight activity is reported in time zone. All right, yes, we'll ignore that. But anyways, you can get an idea of what that engagement level was. And if your content works and it looks good, how do you replicate it and do it again? So doing well. Any questions, feel free to jump in the chat box there. I'm going to go back to the business page. And on the publishing tools, there's a lot of other cool stuff over here. You've got your video library for videos. What else we've got? We've got tools, which is really cool. Under the tool tab, you've got your Creator Studio and Sound Collection. Now, Creator Studio and Sound Collection, these are some additional tools that Facebook offers for you. If you're someone who's going to create videos, slideshows, open house, maybe you're going to do a little neighborhood collage on parks, you know, landmarks, location. There's a splash pad, the school. Maybe you're just going to do a neighborhood drive around and just talk about some features. Facebook offers royalty-free music for you and under their creator tools, which is really cool. And you can download or use any of these at no cost and without fear of being fined for using royalty music. That way you can enhance your videos and give yourself a nice little bed of music, a backtrack of music there. And then from the creator tools also is the live dashboard. And for those of you who are just so excited about being live and going on live video, and of course I'm being sarcastic because not everyone likes to be on camera, much less in a live environment. But if you get past that apprehension, trust me, it is a smart thing to do for your business because Facebook really values live content. And if you're comfortable with it, you do some practicing, get in front of the camera and do a live open house, walk through. Maybe you do a virtual home tour from your house because you can go to start a live stream. Let me see here. Whoop, where we go? Go to create post, and we're gonna go live. We're not actually gonna go live, but I want to show you guys when you go to the go live, and we're gonna choose West USA here. One of the cool things you can do from the live producer studio from Facebook is you can share your screen. And so if you have a listing or you have a home or neighborhood that you want to feature, and you've got video, you've got photos, you've got some before and afters, maybe saved on your computer in a folder, you can go live from your home, have your camera set up, much like you would Zoom, go live, introduce yourself, let everybody know who you are. As you go live, it pushes out to your audience and let them know that you're going to feature one of your listings today, but you're not actually in the home. Maybe the home's occupied, they're not comfortable with having anybody in yet, or maybe it's a sneak peek of you've got a pocket listing and you want to show some people, hey, I've got something coming up. You can go live and then share your screen from the live feed, and maybe you open that folder and you start going through some before and after photos or all the photos from your MLS listing. Maybe you've shot some video, you roll that video for them. There's a lot you can do when you go live from your computer, and you don't have to worry about having your cell phone on a tripod. Now, of course, going live from the actual home is fun too because you could do a walk and talk, but there's a couple different options for you when going live. So take that into consideration. There's a lot of stuff here to use. I do have a couple different webinars on just going live. We break it down, scheduling a live video, gathering your materials, gathering your workflow, how to set yourself up so you can go live. Again, it's a great tool to use, and there's been a huge uptick in live video because agents are using this in order to showcase listings when they're not able to get to the home, or people are they like staying home, and from the convenience of their house, they're able to see a little bit more about the property, the neighborhood, and real estate in general. So that is the last of the tabs across the top here when it comes to navigating your business page. I'm gonna hop back over one last section here for you guys. Once you're off and going, you're ready to rock and roll. If you haven't posted to Facebook, it's not super complicated at all. You have your create post tab right here in the center. Acclimate yourself with these buttons. You've got a lot of choices. You can post a photo or video. You can start a watch party. You can check in. You can get, your goal is to receive direct messages. So maybe you're going to do a feature on must see this house. Then you click on get message, and then you're encouraging people to message you if they would like to see more or learn more about the actual listing itself. If you want to upload a photo and you want to post a photo of the home, or maybe you've got a photo you've taken, congratulating a first-time home buyer, you want to throw a shout out to them, you can upload your photo here and then hit your post when you're ready to go. That'll post to your main feed, which will live right dead smack in the center of your or your Facebook page. And then actually anyone who's following your page will see that you've posted and then engage with it. I highly recommend too, one of the things to use is the poll feature. I'm going to go ahead and click on, let's see, 1 second. We're going to click on this, the ellipsis again. There is it's not going to ask me, it's not going to let me to ask a poll question because I don't have anybody to poll yet. So I don't have anyone follow me. So some features are not available in the very beginning because your page is so new. But I'm going to reference back here to our page. Oh, it's gone there too. What? Huh, interesting. All right. I'll have to find out why that is. Never mind what I was going to tell you. All right. Back on our personal, or on my business page here. Posting is pretty simple, not too difficult at all. When you're ready to rock and roll, your page is all created, and you feel comfortable moving forward with having folks know now that you're in business, there are a number of options here for you to use in order to get the word out for your business page. If you haven't already done so, use your business page, do a little grassroots, a little guerrilla marketing here, and hit the share tab right here underneath your cover photo. When you click on the share tab, you can share your business page now with your friends and family on your personal Facebook account. The default will be your timeline. So if I'm going to post, hey guys, I'm now whoop, introducing yourself, letting everyone know, hey, I'm now an agent at West USA Realty. Here's my page. Would like for you to follow me. If you or someone you know who's interested in buying or selling a home in the next 6 months to a year, feel free to connect with me, reach out. Please share my page with anyone who may be interested. Feel free to follow my page, for I will also be posting content about real estate in general, uh, behind the scenes, things happening in the neighborhood, up and coming areas, and so on. So create a little value for yourself and then share that on your timeline. Now, if you are looking to, if you're looking to reach out to your friends and family and let them know that you're now a real estate agent and you would like to get some traction on your business page, send them a private message. By selecting private message, you're more apt to have someone respond and actually do what you're asking them to do. Uh, Email or message your 5, 10, 15 closest friends. Let them know, hey, this is what's happening with me. This is what I'm doing now. It's a great chance for you to catch up with them in addition to, staying top of mind. And so message them, whatever that message looks like, and then you can click on the send button right here on the right-hand side, and it will send them a private message. Obviously, make sure to remember to address them, so that way they know you're not just copying and pasting and then dropping and calling someone the wrong name. Hey, Keith, now an agent West USA Realty. Here's my page, and then whatever your call to action or value proposition is. So message your friends and family. Let them know that you're also an agent now, and then you can share out and cast out your page to them and let them know that you're up and running. That's kind of the nuts and bolts of it for getting your page up and going, the basics of launching your business page. If you have any questions or comments, concerns, by all means, feel free to email me, Keith at westusa.com. I believe next week's class on Thursday, 10 a.m., right back here, same time, same channel, we'll be doing Instagram basics. Let me see here. The calendar's popping up. Of course, if you're interested in finding out what's happening here at West USA, westusacalendar.com will have all of your upcoming classes, functions, events, office meetings, you name it. Yep. Actually, no, next week we're doing smart video with your smartphone. So awesome, awesome segue there, because I will be talking about going live. The gear you need, the content you should be pushing out, 5 videos that you should be doing once a month. And trust me when I tell you that more now than ever, you should be using video to convey your message, since we're not able to get out there and meet face to face and build our relationships organically and in person. at scale. Facebook and Instagram are going to be an awesome tool for you guys. And so we'll be talking about smart video with your smartphone next Thursday, 10 a.m. You can always register again at West USA, or sorry, azrealestatetraining.com. I'm happy you guys joined me. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Be safe, and as always, be kind. And we will see you guys next week. Cheers.